Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan. I'm your host for today's video, and we have an absolute banger of a video. We have a special guest here also, Isabella. Why don't you introduce yourself? Well, they already know about you.
Oh.
But who are you?
I'm Isabella. I help with the Rideshare Hub. Maybe you've seen me in some of the videos, maybe not. And
Isabella is the star of the show. We'll put it that way.
yeah, I'm in the 1% of Uber passengers.
Yeah, and you also help film a lot of videos too when you're in town. And I'm joining here today, and we are discussing a wide array of topics everywhere from the end of Uber, which is very clearly potentially a reality with everything going on over at Joe Biden's office. And we have a lot of other topics to discuss as well. And I'm joining you here from my studio, here in my living room. I have my olive tree here. And Izzy, where are you joining us from?
From Canada. From my bedroom.
That's a really nice studio you got there.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Nice setup.
Yeah.
Pillows in the background.
Yeah, and before we jump into all of the topics, I want to shout out to everybody watching. Thank you so much. Please click the thumbs up button. Izzy, I say we try to get to 100 thumbs ups. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we can do it, guys.
Okay, guys, if you believe in us, if you like the live streams, if you want to make more money as an Uber driver, click the thumbs up button. Let's get to 100 thumbs up. I think you guys can do that, right? Come on.
Yeah.
Easy, guys. New York for Life 12 just commented in the live chat. He said, delete your channel. Thank you so much, dude. Big shout out to you. You're my motivation to make more videos. Because of you, I'm going to post twice as many times. I'm going to post 20 videos a day, thanks to you. Daffy says, first person in the chat? I don't know. Look, you're the third commenter, but yeah, maybe you are. Daffy says, what is this even about? When you said Joe Biden's name, that made me throw up in my mouth. Okay. Random AF said, $10 million studio? Yeah, man, this is my $10 million studio. I got a fireplace above my actual
Oh, yours
fire.
is only 10 million? Mine's 20.
Your $20 million bed? Yeah, I got a real fireplace here, and then I got a fake one right there. Okay, guys, we're going to get into this. Please, again, thumbs up the video. Let's try to get to 100 thumbs up. Syra Munoz just commented in the chat. She said, you suck. Thank you so much, Syra. I appreciate you so much. Because you are one of our live viewers today, I want to congratulate you. And you actually did receive a free donut with jelly filling. So make sure to claim that prize. I'll be in touch with you very soon for that free jelly donut. Okay, let's get started with the video. Before we get started, I want to thank our sponsor, Solo. As you can see, we got the merch going on here. Izzy, why don't you tell them about Solo and why they should sign up?
So Solo is like the business app for drivers. And if you do any of these gig apps, whether it's like a delivery app, like DoorDash or Uber, Lyft, anything like that, you can get access to all these cool features that Solo has to offer, like guaranteed pay, helping with your taxes, helping with tracking mileage. So there's a lot of like really cool features that Solo has to help you save a lot of money.
And for a limited time, guys, right now, you can sign up for Solo. If you have done literally one ride or trip for any gig app, you can sign up and they're going to send you $10. Sign up and get $10 right now. It takes, 34 seconds? 24 seconds if you got fast fingers, which I know some of you guys do. So sign up for Solo with the link down below and you get $10. You got to link your gig account. And again, it's a really cool app for gig drivers. I obviously am wearing Solo because they're legit. They're literally the best app on the market for gig workers, and they help you make a lot more money. So without further ado, we're gonna get started with the first topic, which is this the end of Uber? Look at this. Can you read that, Izzy?
So Biden's attack on gig work is an Uber mistake.
So essentially what's going on is Biden is introducing a potential labor ruling that would make all these gig workers or gig apps classify all their workers as employees. So you want to read the first line right here?
All right, so gig employees from truckers to journalists will suffer if Biden forces through new employment rule.
Yeah.
You want me to read more?
Yeah.
So if we thought the latest inflation numbers were bad, the Biden administration is about to make things worse. Last week, the Department of Labor announced a new rule that would curtail the use.
I don't know that word. Do you know that word?
I've never actually heard that word before. I thought I knew it all, but I guess not.
I guess not, right? Curtail, reduce an extent or quantity, impose a restriction on. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Deprive someone of something.
Anyways.
So, yeah, basically what's going on, my friends, is this new labor rule, it would make it much more difficult for all these companies to use independent contractors. So, in my opinion, I don't think Uber works if they have to make all their drivers employees. Imagine that. They got to start interviewing all their Uber drivers. They got to start giving out real benefits, health benefits, start doing overtime pay. You know all those workers out there like Ronnie SBE TV who drive Uber 84 hours a week? Yeah, they don't want to pay people like him overtime pay. And when they start, having to, or maybe they just cap it at 40 hours a week, they're losing a lot of those drivers who are, grinding out 70, 80 hours a week. So that's why, in my opinion, I think that, this could really be the end of Uber if this law actually goes through. What do you think, Izzy?
Yeah, honestly, I know a lot of people were complaining about this in the comments, and I think that, these people like their freedom and independence, and Biden sounds like he wants to take that away.
Well, I think he has a good intention. I think what he wants to make sure that American workers are getting overtime pay and they're getting, a minimum wage at least. And they're not
for sure.
And they're not getting screwed over by these gig companies who are just like, yeah, go out and work for Uber Eats. Oh, you only made $4 an hour, and you had to use your own car, and you used all your gasoline, and oh, too bad, so sad. And I think the government's trying to be like, well, hold your horses. Nay, hold your horses. We need to make sure that that person who worked for 4 hours is actually getting, at least whatever the minimum wage is, plus benefits. Because think about it this way: the government thrives off of their partnerships with all the pharmaceutical companies, all the healthcare companies, all the insurance companies, because they're the ones who are, funding a lot of these government policies, or the ones who are, keeping those alive. And so when you got a ton of people who don't have proper healthcare, I think it's also just they want to make sure people can go to the doctor if they want to. And all of these people working for gig apps, they don't got good healthcare because usually companies are the ones who are providing healthcare through the job.
Yeah, I understand what he's trying to do, but at the same time, I feel like if you're gonna be an Uber driver, or DoorDash driver, whatever, do any of this gig work, you know what you're signing up for. It's you're doing it, you already know you're not getting these benefits and all that stuff. Because if you wanted those things, then you would just get a regular job. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
So it's you know what you're signing up for.
I think, yeah, I do agree with that. it is like not expected, which is why I always have found the Uber driver protests like kind of funny, because you have all these drivers who are like trying to protest and say like, Uber, give us benefits, give us paid time off, and it's like, well, you kind of signed up knowing that you ain't getting that, so why are you gonna go waste your time telling them to give you something that they never told you were gonna get in the first place? So I do agree with you there. But on the other side of things, you know, when I first signed up to drive for Lyft, I just was going to do it, you know, here and there part-time. And then all of a sudden I found myself like driving 40 hours a week. And it's like, I didn't realize I was going to do that until after I had already signed up. I just was like, oh yeah, I'll do a few rides here and there. And then you get addicted to these things. I swear it's addicting. It's like playing a video game. Yeah. You just go on and do, you just do a few games, and then all of a sudden you're, 8 hours later, you're like on level 59. And it's like, I feel like they have gamified the app. Like they make it so it's like, oh, do it right here, do it right there. Oh, you almost got your bonus. Oh, do 3 more rides, you get your bonus. And then it's like, oh, might as well do more. Oh, you got surge pricing here, $4 bonus if you get this ride. And then it's like, by the time you've done all that, you're 80 miles away from your house. It's like, you might as well do more rides.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like, even like the ding, 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 like it's like, I feel like they've made it like kind of like a video game. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that too. I get what you mean.
Yeah. Whereas like a normal job, you just clock in and then you clock out. So it's like, and there's limits to how much you can work with a normal job. With Uber, it's like you drive 12 hours a day. That's why like you got people like Ronnie SBE TV driving 84 hours a week.
Yeah, that's insane. I don't know about that.
Yeah. So, but for right now, if you do want to keep your independent like driver contractor status, am I freezing here? Hold on. Okay. I had to switch to my camera because I think my camera's dying. But yeah, if you do want to stay an independent contractor and get guaranteed pay, like this isn't a joke, but you can literally do that right now through Solo. Oh gosh. My webcam died, I think. Okay. Yeah, you can do that through Solo. They actually have little guaranteed shifts you can sign up for. So a lot of drivers right now are taking advantage of the fact that you can just clock into these little shifts here and make, $37 in an hour doing Uber, 38 for DoorDash, 37, and you can just pick and choose your little shifts there and get guaranteed pay. So again, link below for that. You get $10 if you do sign up with our link. Just want to mention that. Okay.
Yeah.
We are moving on to our next topic. But yeah, let us know in the chat. Do you think this could, lead to a potential end of Uber? All right. So the next topic we're looking at is Uber has launched upfront fares, which a lot of drivers are saying is basically bad. So Uber is like, oh, we listen to our drivers, we launch upfront fares, and yeah. So, sorry, I'm reading the chat here. YouTuber in the making, good to see you too. You went into the rabbit hole, somebody said. I don't know. The chat is a little interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, we're gonna move on to Uber is starting upfront fares, guys. If you do leave a actual legit question, we will answer it. But yeah, you can. Feel free to troll in the comments too. Who cares? This is what YouTube's all about. Make fun of me. Make fun of my glasses.
Yeah, freedom of speech.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So let's continue. Upfront fares.
I just turned my app on at about 6 o'clock to see what Uber had in store tonight. This is the first ride they sent me. It was a $6 ride. 10 minutes, 16 minutes, 26 minutes total.
All right, so this is what it looks like now when you drive for Uber. They launch upfront fares. It shows you the dang address where you're going to, or the crossroads. And then it also says how much you're going to make. It also says the type of rider you have. So 5-star rider. And it shows you, where you pick up and where you drop off. So let's continue this. Yeah.
So about $12 an hour, and they're sending me about 9 miles. So pretty much if I did 2 of these rides, that'll be 18 miles. I'll go an hour.
Yeah, so you see, it's a 10 minutes to pick this guy up, right? And then you have to drop him off 16 minutes. That's 26 minutes for $6. And you got to drive, what is that, almost 10 miles? That's not a good ride. I mean, you can only do 2 of these in an hour. That's $12 an hour plus you driving, all this. So you're basically
so like 12 minus the gas.
Yeah. And all the wear and tear in your car for driving, 20 miles, like you're probably losing money on this ride.
Yeah, that is like not worth it at all.
Okay, so let's look at the next upfront fare. But guys, comment in the chat, comment in the comments. Would you take this ride? Would you take this ride? $6 for 26 minutes and just about 9.47 miles.
And
And now let's look at the next one, and we're gonna do a little game here. Would you take this ride with Dylan and Izzy? Join us next week on the Uber show. Okay.
Take $12 in that hour. Pretty much. This is what Uber is sending me right now. Right behind that, this was at 6:02. Right behind that, they had these 2 sitting in the queue.
So these ones you can choose and get. You can choose these, guys. You can pick and choose what you want. So look at the first one. Which one would you choose? And a lot of the times, guys, these are the leftover horrible rides that nobody wants.
Yeah, those are both like trash options.
Yeah, this is a 32-minute. This first one, let me zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Zoom in. There we go.
Also, I feel like if you like a lot of the times,
I feel like when
people wait or like they order an Uber and it says like anything more than 10 minutes away, they cancel and order a new one, hoping that it'll be like closer.
Yeah.
So you could like end up accepting that ride and making your way over there just for them to like cancel.
Oh yeah, I've gotten plenty of ride requests where I'm driving 5-10 minutes into the ride and they cancel. And sometimes you do get a $5 cancellation fee. Sometimes it's $3. Sometimes it's $0. And you're just like, well, that was just a huge waste of time and gas. Like,
yeah.
Gosh. And with Uber Eats, it's even worse. Like sometimes you get a ride trip request or delivery request, whatever. And you go to the restaurant and the food's not even ready. And you're like, bro. Or sometimes the restaurant's like, we never got the order. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, so this one is $7.50 for 32 minutes and 12 miles. So again, you can do 2 of these you can't even do 2 of these in an hour because you're going to drop this one off, wait a couple minutes for your next ride. Again, this is almost like $13 an hour.
Yeah.
This next one, this is a bad rider, 4.85 stars. This guy's thrown up in a few rides. So this is a 24-minute ride for $5. Yeah, I mean, you could do 2 of those in an hour. You're talking about $10 an hour. And then you got the Uber CEO. Look right here, guys. You got the Uber CEO saying that you can make $39 an hour.
Well, then let's talk about driver pay for a second, because obviously, as you know, this is an important, if not the most important topic to drivers. So I think the added flexibility, same pay sounds great. But, in a Bloomberg interview you did a couple months ago, you mentioned that drivers were earning $39 an hour during utilized hours, right? Which would be period 2 and 3. So, we posted a clip on YouTube.
So where, Mr. Uber CEO, do you say that drivers can make $39 an hour when they're getting $7 for 32 minutes? The math does not add up to me. The math ain't adding up. Look at this one.
Yeah.
24 minutes for $5. How is that $39 an hour? Let's hear what you have to say, Mr. Uber CEO Darko Shasari. Net worth 250 mil.
YouTube, very popular, but there was also a lot of skepticism about this figure. So
I wonder why there's skepticism, huh? Look at it. Look at his smirky little smile. He goes, he's like, I don't really care about drivers. I'm sitting here in my throne. I got 250 mil in the bank. Let's hear what he has to say.
I'm curious, what do you think about the state of driver earnings right
He's
now?
like legit laughing. Like, I don't know why that like makes me mad.
They expect going forward.
Yeah, so I understand the skepticism, but
you understand the skepticism because it's literally not true, bro. Okay, I'm gonna stop pausing the video. Let's hear him. Let's hear what he has to say.
you should understand, like, we're not going to lie about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna lie.
I think one.
So where's the $39?
Yeah, where's he been getting that from in the first place? Like,
Bro.
he just pulled a random number out of his ass or something. Like,
Hey, this is a PG stream.
or out of his behind.
No, for real though. He's like, no, I don't care. You can say that. I don't think YouTube will demonetize us for that. But no, for real. He's like, we're not gonna lie to drivers. But then at the same time, it's like they're sending out these trip radar things where it's like, yeah, we get $5 for 24 minutes. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I do you can do 2 of those rides in an hour. I don't know about you, but 5 times 2 does not equal 39.
Oh, really? I thought it did.
Let's look at the other trip radars.
He's this BMW and they go, oh, get that BMW. Nah, not for no 50 cents a mile. You're not riding my car for 50 cents a mile. Doubt it. Right behind that, 603. Here we go, 12.
Oh, shout out to Uber Jeep AZ, by the way, for the video. I'm just using your video, sorry.
Minutes for 317. Another not winner because
Wait, okay, $3. This is a $3 ride.
That's insane.
Yeah, and you gotta drive 2 miles to pick up and then $1.43 to drop off.
Yeah.
So 12 minutes. What is that? Almost a quarter of an hour, because 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. So you can do 4 of these in an hour. That's $12 an hour.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I guess I don't know what minimum wage is in Phoenix, but
Let's look it up. Minimum wage in Phoenix. Take a guess.
I feel like it's $12. I was gonna guess like 12.
Yeah, $12.80. Phoenix is beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you been?
I drove through, yeah.
Look at that. But not even here, like in the outskirts of Phoenix. Outskirts. Yeah, it's like very like green and like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really pretty, like the suburbs. Yeah, 5 best suburbs in Phoenix. I don't know. I like suburbs. Like
I'm more of a
it's
city
very
person.
like it's very like homey and like there's a lot of like cool like cafes and stuff. Like I don't know. Wait, what were you saying?
Yeah. I said I'm a city girl.
Oh, you are. Yeah, I'm not at all. I'm like a small town boy.
Oh.
Okay, moving on. So that's Uber Trip Radar, guys. Let us know, do you think Uber Trip Radar is good? Maybe you're finding some success. Oh, there's a $15 one. Okay. But look how much you have to drive. 33 miles. It's pretty freaking far.
And it's like 40 minutes. 42 minutes.
Yeah, so basically this is the only ride you're doing in the hour, basically. Maybe you could start another one, but like, I mean, this is the reality of doing Uber. It's like you're getting these rides for $15, but you're putting on 33 miles on your car. And that's some serious wear and tear, and you're driving, you're paying for gas. But I mean, hey, I don't know. It's like that's like 50 cents a mile though. I know a few years ago when I was driving, it was like $1 per mile. I feel like they keep dropping the rates.
It's good if it was for like 2 miles maybe.
Yeah, he said it would be good if it was 2 miles.
But it's 10 miles away. It's a 23-mile trip. 33 miles of driving.
33 and a half miles of driving.
33 miles. Almost 45 minutes for $15. 45 minutes of drive for $15. Now,
that's crazy.
Think about, I don't know, $50, $60 an hour. So they're basically paying me $15 an hour. That's a $35 difference.
Okay, let's move on, guys. But comment in the chat, would you take this $15 ride? How's the chat doing?
Oh, let me see.
Yeah, the guy says the dollar per hour does not include expenses. Exactly. Daffy says Phoenix is a ripoff. He says, I live in Mesa next to Phoenix. It's all a lie.
Phoenix is ripoff LA. I wouldn't even compare them to each other. I don't think they have much in common at all.
Oh, Johnny's Cooking Corner says 80 plus hours a
Plus
week.
gal.
Wait, what?
Oh. Wait.
What?
Oh, I don't know. Daffy said unless you have an electric scooter, which I don't understand.
Oh, in LA?
I guess so.
I mean, yeah, you can like bar hop and stuff. I don't know where you're gonna keep it. I guess you can just. Some of them you can like put it on your back, like you like get a little backpack.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Johnny's Cooking Corner says, I'm not good at math. I want to meet someone at a truck stop and have biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, me too. I've always wanted to do that. It's like my lifelong dream.
Biscuits and gravy at a truck stop?
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. But another thing, guys.
You guys are so confused with the chat. Yeah.
If you guys are doing Trip Radar and you're getting like low like rides, like this one you're only getting a $3 ride. Well, if you got Solo and you're not making that much money, Solo will pay you the difference. So if you have Solo turned on, I'm just saying, you still get a guaranteed amount, which is pretty good. All right, we're moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and use our link below to get $10 for Solo. Okay. There's a new ride-sharing app. It's called Via. This one, guys, so I don't know if you guys remember Via, but Via actually launched as an Uber and Lyft competitor, and then they basically shut down because, I don't know, maybe they couldn't make enough money. But they're making a comeback, so maybe they're going to take over Uber and Lyft again. Do you think there should be a new app, Izzy, to take over Uber and Lyft?
Either a new app or Uber and Lyft should change. I honestly think Uber and Lyft should just hire like a whole new executive team.
To increase
like
the rate.
all of them need to go.
Yeah, and they should
I don't like any of them.
Bump up the pay for drivers for sure.
Yeah.
They should hire me, honestly. Me and you.
The new CEOs.
Yeah, you can be the COO, and then I'll be the CEO. So that way, like, I'll just be the one talking, and then you can be the one like handling day-to-day operations.
Okay.
What do you guys think? Do you think Izzy and I should run for new Uber CEO, Uber executive? This is groundbreaking news. I mean, we could potentially...
Yeah, Uber executives 2023.
Yeah, what if they actually did, like, drivers could vote, like, who they wanted? I mean, that would be pretty sick.
Yeah. They vote for the Rideshare Guy.
What?
They vote for the Rideshare Guy.
You guys better vote for me. Okay, moving on. So, yeah, Via. Look at this. Great service, great prices, super easy to use app. They got a 5-star rating right here. Guaranteed low fares. Get picked up in minutes. So this is a new ride-sharing app. But it's not, so yeah, you can black SUV, I guess. So it's basically like a shuttle. So they pick you up in a shuttle with multiple people. Because think of it this way:
like Uber Pool.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think about ride sharing? Like, what do you think rideshare means? Sharing a ride, right? Your rideshare was basically invented so you would share a ride with somebody else, and that way it's basically carpooling. And you guys are both going to the same destination. Why not take a car together? And then basically Uber Pool barely even exists anymore. So now Uber is basically just a taxi company again. They're not really, ride sharing isn't really even a thing. And drivers don't even like ride sharing, carpooling. So Via is actually doing ride sharing, actual ride share, not taxi. They're doing shared shuttle rides. Think of Via like a shared shuttle that comes when you want, where you want.
So then is it cheaper?
Yeah, it's basically like the middle ground between a bus and a Uber. Like, so you got like a nice fancy car coming to pick you up, but you got a bunch of other people in there.
So do drivers get paid more than with Uber and Lyft?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's go to via.com, shall we? Via rideshare.
Yeah, because I want to see like what the incentive is. Like, why would I use this instead of Uber and Lyft?
Because you get a ride in a nice little shuttle here. Look at this. These are sick. I mean, have you ever gotten picked up in a shuttle at an airport or no?
Yeah.
They're nice, huh?
Yeah.
So apparently it's only in, I believe, the San Francisco area right now.
Okay. Oh, but then I guess like you still couldn't use this all the time because if you're trying to go from like one house to another.
Look at this. Reimagining how the world moves. Yeah, no, you can go to one house to another.
Yeah, but not with other people in the car.
Why not?
Sharing the ride. Well, because they're not going to the same place.
Well, they drop somebody
and
off.
Then it's like, wouldn't it also be like a privacy issue?
Why?
I don't know. I guess I'm just like thinking the worst because it's like if I was like riding with someone creepy and I got dropped off at home and like that person knows where I live now.
Well, drivers know where you live. Isn't that creepy enough?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You just mean like more chances, yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if
I don't know.
like,
it's probably not a huge issue though.
Well, I mean, I've had like creepy drivers, and then I'm like, well, this guy's dropped me off at my house. Like, he knows where I live.
Yeah.
Via transforms transportation, and they even got like, oh, what the heck is this?
Bot ride? Is that what it said?
So they got student transportation.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. That's really smart.
Dang, so they're on these tiny little islands too?
Hawaii?
I want to see how you can become a driver. Oh, here we go, driver. Doesn't look like that part of their website works. What a shame. What a shame. You all missed your opportunity to be featured on the Rideshare Hub, and you can't get your dang website to load. All right, we're moving on, guys. Check out Via if you'd like, but their website might not load for you. Okay. The next one is this driver makes $150,000 a year driving for Uber. So we're going to watch this or check out this interview with this Chicago driver who makes $3,000 a week. You want to read this?
Yeah.
Here, I'll make it a little larger for
My
you.
glasses on.
Read that.
Okay, so driving for Uber in Chicago can be daunting. Traffic is a big issue, but earnings can also be higher than the average given how busy the city is both for residents and tourists. Senior RSG contributor Sergio Evadian had the opportunity to interview an incredible Chicago driver, Emmanuel, about what it's like driving in Chicago, how Emmanuel got his start rideshare driving, plus how he earns $3,000 weekly. So, since I started the Show Me the Money Club live stream on the Rideshare Guy YouTube channel, I've had the chance to meet or communicate with drivers from all over the country. I also have a new appreciation for what these big companies offer millions of people.
This is Sergio. Okay. No, he is on the Rideshare Guy YouTube channel. Okay.
Oh, you know him?
I don't know him personally. I've seen him on the Rideshare Guy.
Oh, I've never seen a single one of the Rideshare Guy's videos.
Wait, what?
I've never seen a single one of the Rideshare Guy's videos.
Yeah, that's okay. You see enough on the Rideshare Hub. So basically, I guess he's writing this article about this driver in Chicago. Let's see. This is such a long article. Where do they even talk about when he's making the money?
Here, in 2018, all this in bold, right?
Okay, read this.
So, in September 2018, I made the decision to buy my first Lincoln MKZ so I can get on Uber Select and Lyft Lux. It was a good decision. I was easily making $2,000 to $2,200 per week.
Guys, real quick. Please leave a thumbs up in the chat. We're supposed to have 100 by now.
Yeah, guys, give it a huge thumbs up.
We're barely at 19. Guys, we're gonna end the live stream if you don't give the video a thumbs up, okay? Keep reading.
So, fast forward to March 2020, the pandemic hit. I was scared. Where was I going to make my money? So, I moved to Instacart for about a year. At that time, I brought in anywhere from $1,500 to $1,800 a week.
Wait. This guy's making $1,800 a week doing Instacart?
That's crazy.
That's like $250 a day, 7 days a week. Okay, that's a lot for Instacart because I've gone out and worked almost a 8-10 hour day and I only made $100. So he got some tricks up his sleeve. Oh, you know what? During pandemic, there were huge orders. Okay, continue.
Yeah, right, because no one wanted to go out. Okay, so I got back to ride sharing March 2021. What? Okay, March 2021 full time, and I will say that 2021 was the best year for me ever. I was making anywhere from $3,000 to $3,500 a week. That's insane.
$3,500 a week? Come on,
yeah, but he's doing like Uber Select and Lyft Lux.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that's what it said because he got a nice Lincoln.
A Lincoln MKZ. What the heck kind of car is that?
No idea. Oh.
That doesn't even look that nice.
Yeah, it looks like a regular car. I mean, that one looks pretty nice.
It's a Lincoln. Those things are fancy. It's only $36,000 though. It's pretty cheap. Oh no. That's a 2021. $49K for new. Oh, 5-year cost to own. Oh, I don't know. What are we looking at here? Where's the MSRP? It's $36,000. It's not even that much. Yeah, you can get a used one for $28K off Carvana.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's basically the same price as a Prius. Guys, this guy might know a thing or two. He's able to do Uber Select and Lyft Lux.
With a car that's not even like that much.
With a car that basically costs the same as a Prius, right? Toyota Prius MSRP.
Like a brand new one.
Yeah, look at this Prius. Look at this Prius. $38K. Okay. Oh yeah, look at this. $38,000 for this price. It's basically cheaper than a Prius, and he's doing Lyft Lux.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to incorporate the Lincoln MKZ into my new.
Oh, it said he wakes up at 3 a.m.
Holy!
or 3:30 to 4 a.m. every day, and goes to the airport. He gets those airport rides. That's why you guys need to set your alarm for like 4 in the morning
Yep.
to get those airport rides. They pay the most,
I ain't
especially if you live
yeah.
in a busy city like Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago has two big airports, guys. It's the O'Hare Airport and the other one. I don't know what the other one's called, but basically they're both pretty big airports. And they're both like pretty close to each other. Like they're like 45 minutes away from each other. Yeah. You have the Midway Airport and the Chicago O'Hare International Airport. So they got a big international one. So people flying in from other countries. So you can, double dip with these airport rides. Say you got to wake up at 3 a.m. Get your morning coffee. I mean, I used to wake up at 3 a.m. when I worked at Starbucks.
Really?
Yeah, my shift started at 4:30.
What the heck?
Yeah, and then because the coffee shop opened at 5, or maybe we opened at 4, and I think we opened up our coffee shop at 4:30.
Oh, when I worked at Starbucks, we opened at 7, so I'd get there at 6.
No, yeah, we had to get there by at least 4:30 because I think we opened up 4:30 or 5.
Oh.
Yeah, and I would wake up at 3:15, I think, and I would actually make breakfast too. It was horrible. Did not miss those days. Golly. But yeah, guys, if you want to do that, do Uber Black. Yeah, because you got those fancy businessmen ordering Uber, or businesswomen. I know it's 2022, almost 2023. Fancy businesswomen and men ordering Uber Blacks to the airport at 3:30 to 4 a.m.
And then his day is done at 3 p.m.
So he does 12 hours, and he does upfront destination Uber rides. So he's doing Uber destination hacks as well.
Oh.
So he's done 28,000 rides. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you make $150,000 a year as an Uber driver. Oh yeah, so this is Uber and Lyft. So yeah, $1,800 on Uber and then $900 on Lyft, plus probably a few cash tips, which brings that total to around.
Oh my God, 70 hours online.
That's nothing for Ronnie SBE TV. Ronnie SBE TV is like, that's a light week.
That's like, I don't know. I mean, hey, if you want to have no life and just drive all the time.
What do you mean?
I mean, okay, if you want to spend like a year just stacking up, then yeah, like you should do this. But if you want to have a good work-life balance, this isn't a good long-term thing to do, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, if you can like save 50 like do this, save $50,000 a year, and do that for 2-3 years, save up $150,000. Maybe you want to buy a house with that. Hey.
Yeah, just want to stack up and go for it, but
build up a nice nest egg savings, yeah. Or take all that money and YOLO it into whatever crypto, whatever. I don't know.
Dogecoin.
No, don't buy Dogecoin.
Or buy a Shiba Soldier NFT.
Oh gosh, okay. Moving on.
Should we read some of the comments?
Sure, let's do a little comment Q&A section, guys.
Oh, someone did have a question. Okay, Jarly Moya Delgado said, if you have an Uber account and you want to create a new one, can you do it with the same number?
Wait, what?
I don't think so. Like, if you want to make a new Uber account, but you already have one, can you use the same phone number?
No, that's why I can't use Uber, because my account's deactivated. So you can't just make a new account, because if you're a driver, you got to type in your tax information, and it's gonna in order to get paid, and it's gonna be like it's gonna link back to your old one. As a passenger, I think you can just get a new phone number. I'm not really sure how it works.
I don't know either.
But I know passengers make new ones all the time. And they don't do background checks or nothing for passengers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You could have some crazy dude as your passenger and they're like, whatever. Yeah. Which is kind of scary as a driver. Like, you get, like, literally my friend, her name on Uber is Kanye West. Like, when she gets a ride, like, that's what it says. And you get, like, literally some Uber like passengers photos are really weird. Like, some people use really creepy photos, fake names. It's like kind of weird, especially if you're driving late at night for Uber. You're picking somebody up in the alleyway, and I don't know. So
I don't know. Yeah, that's true. It's like it could be kind of sus. That's why, like, I don't want to do Uber because it sounds like a huge safety issue.
Yeah. But guys, comment down below. What's the most amount of money you've ever made as an Uber driver in a week?
Daffy asks, can the legal age of driving on Uber be changed via bribes?
What? Oh, I think because he's under 21 and he wants to be a driver.
I don't think there's any way to get around that. Even if you use a fake ID, like, don't they take your social or like?
Yeah, they take your social.
Yeah.
Mike B says, I don't pick up anyone without a real name.
What did Johnny's cooking corner say? That
Did you delete them?
No, it says you did.
No, I didn't.
It says they were hidden.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either.
Oh, I thought you did. I thought they said something weird.
Oh, I thought you did.
Unless they accidentally, because a lot of his comments are already hidden because, like, they're inappropriate, so you have to, like, accept each one. No, but it looks like he's going through and deleting all of his old comments. Yeah, no, I didn't do that. Unless we have a moderator who's, like, banning him. I don't think we have a moderator, though. Unless I made an old moderator, like, years ago. I forgot about us. He's in the chat deleting people left and right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on, shall we?
Yeah.
Uber has launched marijuana delivery. So now,
in Canada, I did hear about this.
So, oh, you did? What'd you hear about?
Yeah. That they're gonna be delivering weed. It is super legal in Canada. Like, it's like the same as getting alcohol. You know what I mean? It's like that's how normalized it is.
Yeah, it's kind of the same in California. I mean, you think it's even more so than California?
I mean, probably like the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's Leafly? You know about Leafly? Because, by the way, we have an inside exclusive because Izzy is in Canada. So we actually have a local rep to cover the news.
Yeah, I actually don't know what Leafly is. I'm guessing it's a dispensary.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's like what's that weed delivery thing in LA? Do you know what I'm talking about? Blaze. Have you ever used Blaze before?
Blaze? Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Just like a delivery, like, dispensary.
Oh, okay. Blaze Pizza?
Oh, Blaze Pizza is so good.
I know. Oh, Ease. Ease is the big one here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. So yeah, if you're an Uber Eats driver, you may be, this is starting in, this could potentially increase your order amount by a lot because you're going to start now getting a lot of people ordering this stuff who before they don't, they're basically targeting a huge part of the market. So you're going to probably get a lot more orders now. And those people, if you really go above and beyond for them, they probably might tip you a lot of money, right?
Yeah. Oh, Mike B says Leafly is an app that you find out all sorts of weed info on.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah. So if you're over 19 in Canada, I guess you can place orders.
Yeah, it depends. Unless you're in Alberta and Quebec, the age is 18 there.
Oh, it varies by city?
By province.
I don't know how Canada works. I'm not really educated. You guys got different
A
provinces?
province is like a state.
How many provinces are there?
There's like 13.
Okay.
Well, technically, like 3 of them are territories, so they don't count. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think this could be coming to, like, the states where it's legal in the United States? So,
Yeah.
Is weed legal in all of Canada?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, maybe that will start in, like, at least I'm assuming California.
Yeah, they probably will do that. I mean, they already have so many delivery things for weed. Like,
yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Uber Eats like hasn't done that yet.
Yeah.
For real, like, I don't know. And I also feel like a lot of the weed delivery companies like here are not that good. They're kind of like old school, like, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like with Ease, like you have to, in order to like be an Ease driver, like you have to sign up to be like an Ease like employee, and like you get shifts and stuff. It's like, it's kind of old school. It's not like Uber where you can just sign up and do a few like deliveries. So like, I feel like it's very like dated, even though it's it's like, and then you like call the person and it's like. I mean, I've never done it, but I've had people who have done it. And I don't know, the process just seems like very dated to me. And you like pay them in cash like when they get there, like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like kind of
true.
I don't know, it's kind of like it's not like Uber Eats. It's not like, oh, just order then they drop it off. And you gotta, yeah, but anyways, okay. We're moving on to the next topic. Lyft has raised rates on their app. What do you think about that, Izzy?
Not surprised.
So Lyft has hiked service fees for passengers. They're making it more expensive. Lyft hikes service fee for rides as insurance costs rise.
What is that? What does Lyft?
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do it.
What does that have to do with?
What?
Why are they related?
Who?
Like Lyft and insurance costs.
Because I think it's because Lyft.
Like auto insurance?
Like Lyft has insurance on every ride.
Oh, yeah.
So they have to pay insurance companies to like cover the rides, and I guess their price has gone up for that. So do you want to read this?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So Lyft is increasing the service fee its U.S. riders pay directly to the company to cover higher insurance costs. Wow. I don't know. To me, that sounds pretty selfish. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Like, I don't know. Like, that's Lyft's problem. Like, why do we have to cover their insurance costs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they don't want to pay for anything. So they make the passenger pay for everything.
Yeah, but aren't they like $1 billion company? Or I know Uber is. I don't know about Lyft.
Lyft stock. Oh, did it go up? Oh, it went up to $13.
Oh yeah, wasn't it at 11 the other day?
So Lyft's market cap is $4.7 billion. Okay, you want to keep reading?
Yeah, but it doesn't show anything else on the screen.
What? You can't
Like,
read.
can you scroll down?
Oh. It's because I gotta switch the screen I'm sharing for you because I opened up a new tab or a new window. There you go. Can you read that now?
Yeah. Okay, so the increase averages less than 50 cents per trip nationally, a Lyft spokesperson said. The company pays for drivers' insurance when they are working on its platform. Lyft is facing insurance inflation pressures and we've nominally increased service fees to help offset these costs. Oh, wow. Yeah, so the new data from Yipit Data showed Lyft increased its published service fee for rides in virtually all U.S. markets in the first week of October, including around 150 markets except for New York. I'm guessing they meant except for New York. So the service fee went up by an average of about 60 cents, implying a 3% increase in the cost of an average ride and an 18% increase in the service fee. So that's not as much as I thought. Like, that's not that bad.
So an extra 60 cents per ride.
Yeah, like, that's not something I feel like I would notice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As a rider.
Yeah, that's true. For like a $20 ride, it goes up to $20.60.
Yeah.
And it's already like rides, I feel like already fluctuate by a few bucks anyway, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So one of our commenters said, "Do you guys have a call line for this live?" We do.
Oh my god, that'd be kind of fun.
Well, I mean, it would be fun, but the thing is, like, imagine we call them in and they start saying something crazy, and then it gets us like demonetized or whatever.
True.
And
yeah.
It's live. It's literally live. We can't edit it until
we have trust issues. So.
But if you do comment like your question or your story, we will read it out loud.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. For Lyft, if they charge a passenger $39, he gets paid $13.
Yeah, I don't understand. Is there like what percentage of the cost of the ride do drivers get? Is there like a specific percent?
The Uber CEO says it's around 30%.
Oh, it's not the same for every ride?
Some rides it's 50%, some rides it's 10, some rides 80, whatever.
Why is it like different?
I don't know.
Just see a doctor.
But the Uber CEO like did talk about it in an interview, which I'm gonna show in a second here. But yeah, like I don't know. I guess they pay per mile and per minute. So like, I guess because the insurance, he said it's like insurance costs. I don't know. Let's listen to him.
Guest today needs no insurance. Got it. So, like you said, right, gas and these other inflationary expenses are sort of beyond Uber's control. You can do as much as you can. I mean, I guess one, the sort of final thing that I want to chat about on the expense side of things is the one expense that I guess Uber can control and related to a driver is the commission that they take on every ride. Uber launched this new statement that I actually like, where I don't think it's quite rolled out yet, but at the end of the week and the end of the month, you can sort of see very clearly how much Uber is now taking, out of all of your pay. So I think it's becoming more transparent. But if you ask individual drivers, this is another their probably top question or top complaint really is that, they'll say, oh, Uber takes 40, 50, 60% of.
Here we go, guys. Listen up. What do you think, by the way? What do you think Uber should take? 20% maybe?
Yeah, or like 30.
No more than 30, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 20, maybe 15%. I would say 15% is more like, or I would say maybe 18%. What do you think? 20 or 30?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say like 30.
That's a lot of money though.
Yeah, but it's like, they still want to be a profitable business.
That's true. That's true.
Of every single fare, because there are rides, right, where the commission is higher and some where it's lower. But I mean, I guess to you, like, what's a fair commission, right? This is, a lot of retailers don't like paying the 30% to Apple, right, Amazon and others. But I guess to you, like, what's a fair commission? What would you tell drivers who are complaining about the commission that Uber takes?
Here we go, guys. Uber CEO. I mean, this is a good question, by the way. So Izzy, this is the Rideshare Guy. So now you can say you've seen a Rideshare Guy video, right?
Oh, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, fortunately.
I feel like you have beef with this guy. You got
No, I'm just kidding. He has good videos. I mean, clearly, he has so many subscribers, so.
I feel like you've been throwing shade at this guy, and he ain't doing nothing wrong to you.
No, it's just jokes. He looks exactly like my friend's dad.
So
they're literally like twins.
So you're saying the Rideshare Guy is giving you daddy vibes?
No. I didn't say that.
You literally said he looks like my friend's dad.
Yeah, they look the same.
Not daddy vibes, like dad vibes. Like dad, like... Okay, I hope he's not watching this because that would be really weird. But...
He just gives me Rideshare Guy vibes.
What kind of vibes do I? I'm a Rideshare Guy though. Oh, I'm a Rideshare
hub.
Guy.
Yeah, you're not the guy. You're just the hub.
The hub, not that kind of hub, guys. Okay, the Rideshare hub. All right, let's continue.
So I think one issue to note as it relates to our commission and booking fee, et cetera, is we're also responsible for insurance costs, and insurance costs, unfortunately, are very, very high in the U.S. due to a number of factors. Mm-hmm. And that's something that kind of is, it's consistent.
But they're not even the ones paying for it. The riders are paying for it. Right?
Yeah.
No, that's Lyft.
It has unfortunately been increasing, even though the rate of incidents has been decreasing. The cost per incident for a variety of reasons has been increasing. So it's not a strict pass-through in any way, shape, or form. But when I look at our economics, post-insurance, again, it's
why is it so zoomed in on their faces?
Because I feel like that way, like, our faces are like... I feel like we're doing like a three-way call with him, right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, like I feel like he's like on the live stream right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, so Uber CEO, it's your turn to talk. Let's hear you weigh in on Uber driver pay.
Direct pass-through, et cetera. That's not how we price. We think that something in the 20% range is fair. It's less than the 30% that Apple charges, et cetera.
Yeah.
And we think that's a general number.
So what do you say? He did say 30%, right?
That Apple charges, something in the 20% range is fair. It's
20%.
Less than the 30% that Apple charges, et cetera.
Yeah.
And we think that's a general number that is a fair number, which shows up as higher. But the major reason why it's higher to some extent is the cost of insurance that we have to bear as well. So I think that's something.
Very, very interesting. I don't know. Sounds a little shady to me.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to interrupt this program with a little shout out to a company that we wanted to tell you about, an opportunity for you all to make up to $100 extra per month by installing a tablet in your car. This is totally for free. We have a link below. Let me put our faces back down. We have a link below for you can sign up, and when you use our link, you will get a free tablet shipped to your doorstep, and you can put this inside of your car. And it lets passengers play games. It's totally free to get it, and you just start racking up points, and they start making money. You start making money. And passengers leave you more tips as well, because you got a cool tablet in your car, and it's, I don't know, you just make way more money with this in your car. And so many drivers are signing up with this now. Unfortunately, I don't have my tablet with me, but yeah, it's really awesome. Like, they're the best. So use our link below to sign up for Play Octopus to start making an extra $100 a month. And as long as you're an active driver, you can basically sign up. And they're almost in every single market in the whole country now. So you can basically get started, no matter where you are, which is really cool. So you think drivers should sign up for this, Izzy, and why?
Yeah, I mean, there's really no reason you shouldn't do it, because you're not giving anything up to get a tablet. Like, it doesn't cost money, so
yeah,
you might as well.
Yeah, and I honestly think it just increases the whole experience. Like, I set this up. You guys maybe have seen my vlog on YouTube talking about it. Like, I went out and drove for Lyft with the tablet in my car, and the passengers loved it. Like, I always got way more tips having Play Octopus in my car. Let's see. I did a little video tutorial at one point.
There's nothing.
And, oh gosh, I gotta watch 17 ads. But, and that's how you make money too, is they have little ads that play in between the games. So that way you can make money from it. And yeah, passengers loved it. They played the games. It's like a fun kind of conversation starter. So
this is just an easy way to strap it in together. And then you actually do need to you can actually come in from the front side. Cool. Check.
Yeah, that's how it works, guys.
What is the
and they play little
tablet
trivia
for?
games.
At least the rides I've done so far. And a lot of times I'll say like, oh, I'm just trying to make extra money, whatever. And like,
and the cool thing is too, guys, is that passengers think you like installed that yourself. I mean, you kind of did, but like, you got it for free. But it's like passengers think you went above and beyond to put this in your car. So they're like more appreciative, and they leave you a bigger tip. That's kind of what I've found. It's like they see, oh, this driver really freaking cares. Like, I better tip this guy. So again, check out the link below for Play Octopus. Their team is really, really cool. And yeah, they'll definitely help you start making more money as a driver. Okay, the next one, we are talking about this new app that has just launched for rideshare drivers. This new app that has just launched for Amazon drivers is a app to tip your Amazon delivery drivers. So do you want to read that?
Yeah, so want to tip for your Amazon delivery? Driver is a new app for that. All right, so tipping in the U.S. is a critical part of how the wheels turn in the service economy. One service area that's been very overlooked, however, is the world of last mile delivery. A service job that falls between the cracks when it comes to tipping, because those who deliver products typically don't work for the company that is selling the product, leaving the responsibility and incentive for tipping up in the air. Now, a new startup called Driver is launching to try to close that gap. That's cool. So Driver is a crowdsourced tipping platform that uses data science to map drivers to neighborhoods, then creates tipping pools to collect monthly contributions from residents in those neighborhoods, with the sum then divided up among drivers serving those areas proportionately based on how many deliveries they've made there. Driver has built apps for the two sides of its marketplace, residents to tip money and drivers to sign up and collect those tips. And it's launching first in the city of Santa Cruz, California, before looking to expand anywhere else in the US.
Yeah, so I mean that's like pretty cool because Uber drivers, like, you make a lot of money through tips. For Lyft, you make a lot of money through tips. But when you're dropping off packages, I mean, you're not getting any tips, but you're still doing gig work. So
yeah,
I don't know how much money. I mean, I do know some people, they leave out, like, I've seen online, they'll leave out like snacks and stuff for the delivery drivers and like water bottles and stuff.
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, they'll leave it out and be like, especially, on hot days, they'll be like, thank you so much for delivering, like, take a water if you want. Because I feel like a lot of people don't really think about people who are delivering all day. Like, I don't know, you just order something on Amazon and it just shows up at your door. Like, you don't really think about how hard.
Because you're not really like in contact with them.
Yeah, at all. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought this was pretty cool though. I just wanted to share this because I was like, I mean, even if it's an extra like few bucks, like, I feel like it kind of goes a long way. So there's another one called Tip Jar in the UK. There's one called Tip House in Seattle. It raised $4 million in crowdfunding from angels. Easy Tip, Tip Pot, 7 Shifts. Patreon's doing that as well. Honing on the idea of customers voluntarily paying producers as part of the remuneration equation. Have you thought about, like, with DoorDash and Uber Eats, how, like, how you can tip the driver? Like,
Yeah.
Have you thought about, well, like, why can't you tip the restaurant?
I thought you could tip the restaurant.
How?
I thought it gave you an option to do that. Maybe not. There was one of the apps where it asked for a tip twice, and I thought it was like one tip for the restaurant and one for the driver. Maybe not, though.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Is that on, like, Grubhub or something?
I don't remember which app. I've used them all, so I don't know.
I've never used Grubhub.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like, the restaurants should be getting tips too. Maybe that's why, like, they don't like deliveries.
Yeah, deliveries is so popular. It's crazy. Like,
yeah.
Have you ever gone to like a Chipotle or something and like there's like 4 people in the line, but like it's taking like 45 minutes because they're doing like they're doing like 30 mobile orders in the back. Like, I've gone to a Chipotle before and like they'll do one person in the line and then they're doing like 5 mobile orders in between. So you're just like standing there, like watching them make like 7 bowls in between you and the person in front of you. And it's like this crazy thing where, like, I don't know, it's just like, it takes way more time if you're going in person now because of how many deliveries they're doing. It's like crazy. Like, most people just get their food delivered now.
Yeah, that's how it is at Sweet Green too.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just, like, there'll be so many mobile orders that, like, everyone's just in the back working on those.
Yeah, like, I don't know. There was one time where I swear I was like, oh, and one time I went to Blaze Pizza too, and I was like literally first in line to tell them my pizza order, and I was like, oh, sweet, no line at all. And I hand them, I tell them what I wanted, and they print out my ticket or whatever, or they write it down and they put it. And then I was like, there was like 25 pizzas in front of me. And I was like, where are all those from? And they're like, oh, they're online orders. And there was literally like one person making the pizzas. And I sat there and stood there, and it took him like 5 minutes to do one pizza. And I was like, I'm literally going to be here for like an hour waiting. So I told him, I literally said like, never mind. I don't want it, because I would have had to wait like an hour. I wanted to just, because, you know, Blaze Pizza is pretty fast. I was like, I'll just go grab a pizza real quick, line's short, and then, I don't know, it's just crazy. I'm getting a little off topic here, but okay, let's move on. You're late. Okay. Let's move on. So I wanted to talk a little bit about tips for full-time Uber and Lyft drivers. So I know if you're a full-time Uber and Lyft driver, this is your job and this is all you're doing. And, you know, it's better to have a strategy when you're on the road for 40 hours a week plus. Even if you're doing only 30 hours a week plus, like, you're on the road almost every day, you want to make sure you're maximizing your time on the road.
Yeah.
So firstly, I would say number one thing would be to drive in the mornings. I think if you can start your day driving in the morning, you're going to start your day off. Well, number one, mornings are the best times to get long, good paying rides, because you're most likely going to get airport rides and there's hardly any traffic early. And I'm talking like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. If you can get a few airport rides early, you can probably make $100 before like 8 a.m. And that's going to make it where you're starting the day off with good momentum and you're setting yourself up to make a lot of money during that day, because, you know, you already made $100. Maybe you can make another 100 before like noon. And then if you want to take a break, go back out, you know, in the evening or when it's like busy again, you can. Now, I know we talk about it a lot, guys, but if you are a full-time driver, you definitely want to make sure you're signed up for some of these apps. Number one, Solo. You've heard me talk about it. I'm literally wearing the merch right now. But if you're using Solo, this is a must-have app for full-time drivers. We have a link below, because they're helping you track all of your expenses for taxes. They help you automatically track all of your miles for taxes. They help you get guaranteed pay. So on hours where you don't make a lot of money, as long as you're clocked into that shift, which you can just literally tap the plus button, you're getting paid that amount. And they just help you optimize your income, like on if you're doing different apps too, which is nice. Another thing you definitely want to be utilizing are other apps that pay you more money, like Play Octopus. This one, they say full-time drivers make $50 to $75 a month. Big, you know, long drivers who drive a lot or make around $100 extra per month. You put a little tablet in your car and you make extra money. But yeah, I would honestly say is like learn a strategy, join the local Facebook group. Do you have any tips for full-time drivers, Izzy? Get proper rest, like.
Yeah, make sure you get rest and like exercise, stretching, because you are sitting for like quite a long time. Yeah,
like if you're sitting down a lot, like, I mean, people who sit for like 10, 12 hours straight, like it's kind of like dangerous, like health-wise. Like you could get blood clots if you're just like sitting, like in your legs. I've heard stories about that. I mean, also just you're not burning any calories. You're just sitting there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could have back problems, like especially if you're just sitting, driving, and then going to eat fast food, like I wouldn't fall into that habit.
Yeah.
Of just, sitting, I'm going to grab, you know, breakfast sandwich, bagel. I mean, that's not the end of the world, but like if you do that and then you're going to get McDonald's and then you're going to do this, like those calories add up. And especially when you're sitting down all day, like that's one approach you can do, which is I don't recommend. The other approach is get up and go for a walk before your shift.
Yeah.
Like pack a salad, like, or pack a sandwich, whatever. Like pack something that's like somewhat healthy. Eat before you go. Cook at home, and then like, I don't know, like just be moving and be conscious of your health while you're a full-time driver, because your health is literally like, health is wealth. If you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to make money because you're going to be like sick.
Yeah.
So, what else? Make sure you have a reliable car that's not breaking down all the time. Yeah. If you're going to be doing that, like, also another thing just with full time, we were talking about this earlier, but you make sure this isn't like a long-term plan. Like, what were you saying earlier about,
Yeah, that like if you're gonna be doing these crazy hours, like 12 hours a day, and you're not driving as like a side gig, then, and you're, it's cool if you want to like stack up and make your money, like save up, not really have a life for like a year or 2 years or even 3 years. But this shouldn't be like a long-term thing. You don't want to end up being like 10 years later, you've been a full-time Uber driver for the past decade. And like, you know what I mean?
like, for one, you're gonna like notice, like, if you're doing full time for 10 years, like, it's gonna be, driving Uber full time is draining. It's exhausting. I'll like, I don't know, after you've driven 40, 50, like, I don't know about you guys, but I've driven 40-hour weeks, and I've had to take, one time I did a 40-hour week. The next 2 weeks, I didn't drive once because I was so, like, drained. I was like, I'm not doing, like, I can't do another ride. Like, I don't know, it's just a draining job. Like, it's like doing a road trip every single day. Like, you've driven long. Well, you did one time, right? Like a long, like, you know how tired you are after?
Yeah, no, literally like 2 hours in, I wasn't even tired before driving, but 2 hours in, I had to pull over because I was falling asleep on the road.
Yeah, no, I've done, like, doing Uber. Sometimes you're like, yeah, you're like falling asleep. You're like, I gotta pull over.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like your eyes get tired and like heavy.
And the
And it's
noise
just-
of the traffic, like, just like, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you are going to do this for like a year or two, like, let's say you're moving to a new city and, you don't have a job lined up, and you're like, I'm just going to do Uber full time until I find a job. Like, I would say that's like a pretty good strategy, because then you're like, you're doing Uber, but at the same time you're applying to like jobs, right? You're just doing this until you can find a new job. Instead of just moving to the city and having no job. Like, I would say that's a perfect time to do Uber full time.
Yeah.
Is like, I'm going to work my butt off until I find my next job or whatever. That's kind of what I did too. Like, I was driving for a while for Lyft, and then I got a job at Marriott. And then
that's cool.
Yeah, and then I basically quit Lyft and my other jobs, and I just focused on doing Marriott, because I was basically working 40 hours a week, and it was like, I was making more there because I didn't have the expenses that come with being a driver. Like,
Yeah.
I just drove to Marriott, and it was like 5 to 7 miles from my house, and I just drove home at the end of the day. So it was like, I wasn't paying for any gas or wear and tear on my car. I just like drove there and like worked and drove home. And
Yeah.
so that's, I don't know. It's definitely a trade-off between having like a more stable job versus doing full-time. And really, like, another thing is do the math. Like, make sure you're doing the math of like how much you're spending in gas, how much you're spending on wear and tear on your car, car maintenance, car depreciation. Like, make sure you're calculating how much you're actually making per hour. Like, I would say don't quit your job and be like, if let's say you're working at like a normal job and you're like, oh, I hate my job, I'm just gonna do Uber. I'm gonna do Uber full time. Like, I would say try doing Uber like part-time first and then doing full-time. So let's say you have a job that you want to quit and you're thinking about doing Uber full-time. Do Uber on the weekends. Like do like an 8 to 10 hour day, like on the weekend first. Try it out before you jump the gun. Cause like you might realize pretty quickly, shoot, I don't want to be driving 8 hours a day, 7 days, five days a week. Like you probably find out that pretty soon. So, but yeah, those are the tips. Those are my tips. Do you have any more tips?
I mean, I think it's especially good for like students. If you're doing school, whether it's like, I don't know, getting your master's or your bachelor's, then it's really nice to have a flexible work schedule because it's like, let's say you have midterms coming up and you can't work as much because you want to study more. Like you can do that really easily. If you have a regular job, it's a lot harder to try to switch your hours. Like you usually have to get someone to cover your shift or
Yeah.
Like ask for time off like way ahead of time. So
Yeah.
chat for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Uber's fun when you like you're not like it's not your only job. Like if you have another job and you're doing Uber to like make more money, I feel like then it becomes more fun because you're not like super relying on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The driver makes 20 to 50% driving for rideshare. It's no longer worth it. We should get 80 to 90% of the fare, booking fees and tips. They take too much.
Yeah, I honestly think drivers should get maybe like 70 or to 80% because it's like they're the ones doing all the work. You know what I mean? Like these companies wouldn't even be able to work without having the drivers in the first place.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Every ride say that Lyft take more than 60%.
Denise Smith says, okay, I'm out. Got to wake up at 3:45 a.m. for my W-2 job. Thank you, Denise. Thanks for saying bye.
That's so early.
What time do you wake up in the mornings?
Usually like 5:30 or 6.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so early. What do you do that early?
I spend the first like hour or two trying to go back to sleep. And then when it hits like 7:30, I just give up and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the gym. I go to the gym.
Oh, you go to the gym early.
Yeah, I'll be there for like 2 hours.
I've been going at night lately.
I used to go at night, but I switched gyms. My old gym was 24 hours, like open 24 hours. This gym closes at 10.
Oh, yeah.
So, like 10 is when I would like to go.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go at like 8.
Yeah. I've been going at like 11 p.m. lately. It's like kind of late.
That is kind of late.
Yeah. I know, and then it
So
hits midnight, and I'm like, why am I here? Like, it's too late. But I think 10, like, actually, at Berkeley, I would go to the gym at, like, 9 or 10, and it was, like, perfect. I don't know. It was, like, after a long day, you kind of, like, wind down. You eat dinner, you chill, and then you're like, all right, hit the gym.
Yeah.
Or sometimes, like, have dinner after gym at, like, midnight and go to bed at, like, 2. But... anyways, okay. So the next video topic is we're talking about what do you do when a Uber passenger cancels the ride in the middle of the trip. So sometimes as a Uber driver, you will have a passenger who tries to scam you for a free ride. And the way they do this is, one of the ways they do this, there's a lot of ways they try to scam you. So you got to keep out, make sure to watch our videos, watch the Rideshare Hub, make sure to subscribe so you get top tips and tricks. But one of the ways is during the ride. Let's say it's like a 30-minute ride, you know, like you're getting $20-30 for this ride. They'll cancel like 10 minutes in, thinking that you're not going to notice that they canceled, and you're only going to get like $4 or $5 because it like prorates it, but for how long the ride's been. So, Izzy, what do you think drivers should do when this happens?
When the passenger cancels mid-trip.
Yeah, they try to scam the driver for free ride.
So a lot of the time, the passenger will gaslight you and they'll be like, I didn't cancel the ride. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
First of all, you can clearly see they canceled the ride. So you just got to be like, yo, like, since you canceled, you either have to, I don't even know if they can do this, like reorder it, or like you need to let them out because they're not your passenger anymore. So
yeah,
they're not being insured. Like, yeah, I guess if they cancel the ride and they're in your car, then the ride isn't insured anymore, right?
They're not your passenger. They're just a random stranger. Like, I mean, it's still insured because like there's literally, it's not even a ride anymore. It's like you just got a scammer in your car. Like you're trying to kick them out of your car. Like, but the other thing too, guys, is I know some drivers do this is they use GPS outside of the Uber app. So let's say the passenger tells you the location, or they're like, oh yeah, I just go to In-N-Out, like whatever. Let's say they order a ride to Carl's Jr. and then you're like, oh, can you take me to In-N-Out actually? And then you as a driver, you're like, you go off the Uber app and you're just like, yeah, I know where In-N-Out is. Then they cancel the ride. You're not paying attention. That could happen too. So you make sure you're using the GPS in the Uber app. So that way if the ride goes out, and you got to make sure that the destination is like locked in. You're going to the right destination, because a lot of passengers will say, oh, can you go here instead? And then like they don't change it. So make sure that they change it in the app. That way if it does get canceled, then the address goes away.
Yeah.
Just pull over and kick them out. Pull over, kick them out.
If they refuse to get out, just call the police. I don't know.
Call the police. Don't physically remove them yourself. You do not want to, like, people file lawsuits. Like, it's so dumb, but like I've heard of a lawsuit where a guy broke into somebody's house trying to rob the house. He tripped in their house and then he sued the homeowner.
Well, how? What?
Because he broke into somebody's house and then he injured himself in the other person's house. So it's like, if somebody scams you and then you remove them physically and they get injured, like they could, sue you. So you don't want, like, for assault or whatever, they might press charges.
Yeah.
Even though they're technically in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like you cannot do that. So that's why you got to call the police to do that. And have a dash cam. Make sure you have a dash cam too. Okay, we're moving on to the next topic, which is, here's how to make $300,000 per year driving for Lyft. There is a guy who's making $300,000 a year driving for Lyft.
What the heck?
Yeah, let me pull this up, guys. Like, you do not want to miss this video, I swear. Here, I gotta pull up the right one here. Here we go. So yeah, this guy, for whatever reason, he's making a lot of money. Hold on, I gotta share this with you. Okay, can you see this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a guy named Cosmin Mihele. He's in our Uber/Lyft drivers Facebook group, which, by the way, you can join with the link below. Izzy, I know you're really bored, but listen up. You're yawning over there.
I'm not bored.
But Cosmin Mihele in our Facebook group, guys, we're almost at 20,000 Facebook members. Should join, right?
Yeah, definitely join.
Yeah, you can type this in Uber/Lyft drivers Facebook group or use the link below.
It gets lit in there.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. Like this guy, people share their secrets. This guy says, so he's made $1,100 in 14 hours of driving. So let me do the math on this real quick, right? Let's go to google.com. So he made, right, look at this, 14 hours. He made $1,100 in 14 hours, which translates to $78 an hour, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, so he was making $78 an hour, which, let's just say, you're driving 84 hours a week. Let's say you're pulling, that's 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And you're doing that for every single week. You're making $343,000 a year. It's possible. What do you think about that, Izzy?
Yeah, but what are the chances that, because this was just like a lucky weekend, right? Like,
No, I know, but let's
it's
look
not going to be like that every day.
Yeah, I know. That's why you have an extra $40,000 buffer zone. So sometimes it's not going to be like that. Like it might not be like that all the time, but that's why if you do it every single hour, 340,000. That's why we're given a little $40,000 buffer zone. So let's look at these rides, right? So this guy, he made $137 on this ride. You want to read this off?
Yeah, so the base rate is 72 cents. The time, an hour and 37 minutes. And they made $21.18 from that. The distance, they made $71.17. There was a $34 tip, $3.75 bonus, and then you get reimbursed for the tolls, which was $6.32. So the whole ride was $137.55. So
firstly, he made a big tip on that.
Yeah.
I've never
61 miles is far.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like it's going to like LA to I don't know. San Luis Obispo. No, Santa Barbara, right? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like an hour and a half or more.
Or going to Toronto to Vancouver.
That is not.
Try to do
That'd be
Canadian.
like a 4-day drive or like a 1-week drive.
That's like going to Vancouver Island.
Sure.
Right or no? I'm trying to do Canadian.
Without the ferry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's that's the first one. Now look at the second one. You want to read this one?
Yeah, so the base rate was $11.34. This was a 25-minute ride, and so from the time they made $14.45. Distance was over 15 miles, made $42.94. $14.60 in tips, $2.59 for toll reimbursement, which totaled to $85.92 in only 25 minutes. That's
good.
So if you got this twice in an hour, that would be 170.
Yeah. 170 an hour. I mean, so that's why that's
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing this, if you're doing 170, what is that? 170 an hour, right?
Yeah.
84 hours a week. 52 weeks a year. You're making $740,000 a year. That's over that's almost $1 million. You could literally be making almost $1 million a year if you can pull this off.
Oh, not bad, not good says no one has time to do that.
I mean, if you're making $740,000 a year, I think you do got time to do that, though. I mean, I'm just saying, you could buy a lot of Dogecoin with 742 grand. $700,000. $700,000. I mean, is that real? Did I do the math on that correctly? Okay, so he's making $85 in 25 minutes. $86 even. So he's making $86. $86 in 25 minutes. Right? So what?
Yeah.
So 25 minutes in 60 minutes. So that's 0.41 of an hour. Okay? So if he's making $86, gosh, how do I do the math on this? He's $86. So he can do two. He can do about two of those. What, 2.2 of those in an hour? So 86 times 2.2. Yeah, he's making $189 an hour. Times 84 hours a week, because that's the limit. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
For 52 weeks. I mean, come on. We're saying no days off, but like, let's just say this is what you're doing. You're making grand total of $800,000 a year.
This is like, yeah, but like no one's gonna do this.
Why not? I mean, yeah,
Also,
yeah.
Well, what city do they live in? What city is this?
It's actually in my city, but don't tell them where it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually know this guy.
Oh.
But don't tell them where it is. It's
Yeah.
near LA. We'll put it that way.
It's in Timbuktu.
Yeah, Timbuktu, LA. No, it's near Los Angeles. But yeah, I mean, this is how you become a millionaire. I should really make a whole video about how to become a millionaire as an Uber driver, because I mean, this
That should be
guy
the next live stream title.
for real.
Become an Uber millionaire.
For real though, I mean, this guy's making $180 an hour? $170 an hour? I mean, that's crazy. Okay, we're gonna move on, guys. But that's how you make a big bucks. Oh, by the way, I know this guy. He uses Uber Black and he does Uber XL as well, I think. So these are.
Oh, like Uber Black XL.
I think he has a car that qualifies for Uber Black XL, and Uber XL. Like, I think he hits all of the big rides. Like, so I think this was an Uber Black ride, for 25 minutes.
That makes sense then.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on to the next topic, which is the FTC investigates Uber and DoorDash. So, do you want to read this?
Yeah. So, the FTC plans to crack down on delivery companies' labor practices. The agency said it would act to protect gig workers for services like DoorDash and Uber, including investigating wage fixing and other illegal practices.
Yeah, guys, this could be the end of Uber and DoorDash. No, we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, how about you keep reading?
Yeah, so the Federal Trade Commission on Thursday approved plans to do more to protect the rights of delivery people, rideshare drivers, and other gig workers, raising a new threat to the business models of companies like DoorDash and Uber Eats. In a new policy statement, the agency said it would use its full authority to crack down on unfair, deceptive, and anti-competitive practices among gig companies, which rely on pools of contract workers rather than full-time staffers to fulfill their services. The FTC said it would act to prevent those companies from perpetrating harmful practices such as deceiving workers about pay and hours, misrepresenting the flexibility of gig work, and limiting their bargaining power.
Y'all, before we continue, please thumbs up the video, okay?
Yeah, give it a huge thumbs up.
Yeah, we only have 36 thumbs up. We need to hit at least 300 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it 300 thumbs up, guys. Come on, let's go. Not bad, not good says, hi, what's up? Oh, I thought they were commenting like, that's not bad, that's not good, but their username is... TP Lamar said he made 12 grand in a week driving Lyft and Uber. Oh. Yeah, he made 12 grand in a week. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's like 300,000 a year.
That's like...
No. 12 grand. Wait. Wait, what? That's over 1,000 a day. That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, in 1 week? Well, okay, if you make 1,000 a day and you work 12 hours in a day, then you're making 100 an hour.
Yeah, but he made over 1,000 a day. He almost made 2,000 a day.
Oh, wait. What the heck? That doesn't make any sense.
I smell cap on that one, bro. I smell solo cap. Okay.
Yeah, we need the screenshots.
For real, bro. Drop the screenshots. So yeah, basically, so what do you think about this investigation?
Well, I don't understand what they mean by misrepresenting the flexibility of gig work, because I feel like it's not misrepresented.
Basically saying that, like, so the FTC is the Federal Trade Commission, and they're saying that these companies are misclassifying workers, because in order to contract out a worker, you're supposed to contract somebody out to do like a side job, like, oh yeah, we're contracting this person out to do this job. It shouldn't be the main business model. So they're saying, well, our drivers actually the main business of Uber. Is Uber a taxi company and drivers are providing the service? But Uber's argument is saying, no, we're a technology company. We simply connect people together. We connect restaurants, we connect customers, we connect drivers, we connect passengers. We're just a technology platform. Drivers are not our employees. That's their argument.
I almost feel like they're like abusing this loophole that they found to be able to like have people doing all the work for their company without having to pay them like real wages.
And they don't have to pay for any car expenses. Like they don't got to pay for any expenses. I mean, obviously they got to pay the insurance and stuff, but like, and their own employees, but their own employees are the software engineers. Like they're the marketing people who are running the ads to recruit drivers. Yeah. Like I can't tell you how many ads I've seen out there saying sign up to drive for Uber, like, and then they get somebody to sign up, and then that driver quits after a month because they're like, I'm getting screwed over because I'm barely making any profit. And then they just run more ads, and then another person signs up, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, but like you probably don't because you probably weren't like following the news. But in California, it was this big deal where they were gonna have the government stepped in and said California gig companies are gonna have to reclassify all their workers as employees. Do you remember that or no?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was called AB5. It was like kind of big mainstream news as well. But they're so Uber and Lyft and DoorDash and a lot of these companies spent like, I forget what the number was, but I think it was like $30 million, or like $300 million. It was like a ridiculous amount of money to keep drivers independent. And so they ran like crazy amounts of ads trying to convince the public to go out and vote yes on AB5 or Prop 22. Yeah, I feel like I should pull that up so I'm not like, so I have the numbers right. But it was like Uber, Lyft, DoorDash spend $200 million. So they all came together and they like spent hundreds of millions of dollars to keep drivers independent because they were like, yeah, no way in hell are we paying our drivers as employees. They're like, we don't want to do paid time off. We don't want to do benefits. So they spent all this money to run advertisements to get people to vote yes to keep drivers contract workers so to pay them less. It was like crazy. I don't know.
So they spent all that money to not pay.
Yeah, like it was like just give money to drivers and like they'll be happy. But like, yeah, they spent all this money and for like it was like 3 months. Like every time you went on YouTube, like it was an ad to vote yes on Prop 22. Like turn on your TV, it was like they put ads everywhere. They like flooded the internet with like. Yeah, these ads to like, drivers love being independent. And do you want to make people happy? Vote yes on Prop 22. It was like...
I never even saw any of those ads.
Well, were you in California? Maybe it was like it was literally targeting like every California voter. Like...
Yeah, I was in California.
Huh.
But I wasn't a voter yet at that point.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean... It was like a short amount of time. It was like they made this like the government like California government like made them have to do this, and then I think Uber and Lyft were saying they publicly came out and said that they were going to shut down if they had to do this. Yeah, they were like, we're going to shut down because this doesn't work for our business, and then. And I think they wanted the government to be like, oh, no, we need you. Like, but yeah, it was like, and then they launched Prop 22 and then that was like 2 months later. So it was pretty fast when like it all went down. It wasn't like a long thing. And then they won it. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So then they won and drivers had to be independent. Like they didn't have to follow the rules. So it was like, I don't know.
So it really could have been the real end of Ubering. But it wasn't. It's like, when people keep saying like it's going to be the end of the world, like in 2012, they're like, oh, it's the end of the world. And then it never happens.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with Uber. Like, oh, it's the end of Uber. And then they just keep sticking around forever.
I honestly like think there's going to be an end. Like, yeah, no, I know. I think there is because like I don't know how long this whole like business can last where they're just like relying on
it'll end up like MySpace.
I just feel like they're like relying on workers
just forgotten about.
Yeah. I just feel like they're relying on workers to like sign up and like they're almost like preying on or hoping that people don't realize like how little they're profiting. So they're just like sign up and drive and they catch people at like rough times financially. Like when I signed up for Lyft, it was like I need to pay my bills. So it's like I just signed up and started driving like crazy. And then once I kind of got caught up, then I like, stopped driving. And I don't know. I just feel like it's just such a weird business. But obviously it's working now, but I don't know. Okay, so yeah, that's the investigation. Let's move on. We could probably wrap this up pretty soon. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Are you tired?
A little bit.
Should we end it now, or do you want to do one more?
Oh, I mean, what's the next one?
Uber found guilty.
Oh, yeah, what are they guilty of?
Okay, the next topic, guys, is former Uber security chief found guilty in criminal trial for failure to disclose breach to FTC. You want to read this real quick?
Oh, is this about when they got hacked
Yes.
and like the stuff got leaked? Okay, yeah. So on
Little
October 5th,
nighttime reading.
What?
Little nighttime before bed reading.
Yeah, here's a nice bedtime story. So on October 5th, 2022, former Uber security chief Joe Sullivan was found guilty by a jury in U.S. federal court for his alleged failure to disclose a breach of Uber customer and driver data to the FTC in the midst of an ongoing FTC investigation into the company. Sullivan was charged with one count of obstructing an FTC investigation and one count of misprision.
Where?
The act of concealing a felony from a oh, okay. Wow.
What sentence are you on? Are you done here?
No, I'm at the beginning of this paragraph, the second paragraph.
Oh, Sullivan affected a breach, yeah.
Yeah, so
they demanded a ransom of $100,000?
that's not that much. Like, I mean, okay, yeah, 100,000 is a lot of money, but it's like Uber has that money.
Maybe they thought Uber was going to be like, yep, sounds good. What's your crypto wallet address? Like, I don't know.
The hackers, yeah, no, but like.
Oh, they did pay the ransom.
Oh.
Wow. Solana's team allegedly paid the ransom and had the hackers sign an NDA.
What the heck?
Some insider stuff.
Wait, then
here.
how did it? But they still leaked it anyways?
No, this got leaked like years later. Yeah, the hackers got caught basically. So, and then Uber didn't publicly, so the thing is, Uber didn't publicly disclose this until 2017 when Dara Khosrowshahi joined the company.
Oh.
So, anyways, that's that. Okay, should we end the stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy. Wow, that's a crazy story, guys.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, guys. We're going to end the stream here. But thank you so much for watching today's live stream video. Please thumbs it up. Check out Solo with the link in the description box down below, where you can get $10 simply for downloading the app, totally for free anywhere in the country. And it's the business app for drivers. If you're a driver and you want to make money, or if you're doing this for money, you should be using Solo because it helps you make more money. Like literally just get it and they give you $10 anywhere in the country. And yeah, Solo's awesome. So big shout out to Solo. Solo is the best. Yeah, do you think drivers should download Solo?
And yes, definitely. I think everyone needs Solo. It's great if you're a driver, especially if you drive a lot or do it full time. This will definitely help you make more money.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
And make sure you give this video or this live a big thumbs up. For our other sponsor, Play Octopus.
Yes, Play Octopus. Download Play Octopus and you can get a free tablet.
Yeah, it's literally free, and then they help you make more money by running ads on the tablet.
Yeah.
And it could potentially increase your tips too.
It does increase your tips. I'll say it. Like, you will make more tips. Hands down. Like, people love playing games. It's like playing free games, like in your car. It's fun. And they can win cash prizes. So, check those out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Any final words? Any final words you want to tell the internet, the whole world watching?
Make sure you eat all your vegetables.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Kale.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like raw kale?
Yeah.
Just munching on raw kale.
Oh no, like in a salad or like a smoothie.
Oh,
Potatoes actually.
That's a vegetable? Okay. Yeah, potatoes are fire, especially with eggs in the morning. Okay, guys. Thank you so much, and appreciate you all joining. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Bye.